What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to you with an analysis breakdown on Dillon Brooks. He's having a career year. He's finishing around the basket at a decent level. He always tries to attack when there's really no rim protection in the paint. He's quick, he's strong, and he tries to release the ball early to be able to have a good chance for it to go inside that net for a basket. He also can attack from the top of the key real well. He takes his time. He gathers himself. He goes up with strength. And sometimes he can just explode right to the rim and just finish that way too, because that's what you have to do to be able to score at a high percentage is get the best look that you can and create the best shot you can. His handles and his dribble isn't the greatest, but he just knows when to attack and he knows how to get that first step. Then it's just about finishing as best as you can, whether that's hanging in the air, whether that's just going full strength and getting to the free throw line, getting and ones. He's also shooting a career high 3.8 free throw attempts, which is good to see. And on top of that, he can hit the floater. He get close to the rim. He'll try to find a way to create some type of separation. He reads what the defense is doing. Then he adjusts accordingly, and that's what good scorers have to do. He's also patient in the post. He likes to get good balance on his shot. He likes to get good elevation on his shot. This is a shot he's really been working on, and he can do it at the top of the key, in the middle of the key, or just wherever he wants to at this point. It's the same shot, just different angles, and you just have to be ready to let that thing fly when you can. And he does have a decent pull-up mid-range game, and that's something that he had to put into his game because people are going to run him off the three-point line because he likes to take threes. So it's good to always have that backup plan. Well, you're going to take me off the three-point line. I'm confident enough to take the two if that's needed and if that's necessary. And he also can come straight at you, hit the spin move on you to create that separation enough to get the shot off. And even if you take a little bit off of it, he can still knock it down from time to time. He's not the greatest shooter. He's not the greatest scorer, but he's still showing you that he has worked on his game and he's getting more comfortable doing more off the dribble and also getting his own shot, which is something that he has actually improved on a lot on. And I had to show this a lot because the moves, the patience, the handles, and just understanding how to use his body and his strength all at once is one of the reasons why he's scoring 20 plus per game. And he's also a good 3-point shooter. Not the greatest, not the best, but he is shooting 35% this season. And he shot that about his entire career. That's his average. So, if you leave him open from three, most of the time, especially if it's open or you're not paying attention to him, he's letting that thing fly and he's taking it and he's capable of making it. So nobody's going to be mad. And that's why he also showed that he can hit it at the top of the key, but he also can walk into that three, even if it's at the top of the key, and knock it down. And we know that's the furthest three from the rim. And he still is a good passer. Also, he's giving you 1.8 assists, but he's only doing it when he knows his teammates is open and it can lead to a basket, or he just keeps the ball moving if he doesn't have a shot that he likes, or he gets off the ball if he doesn't have a shot that he feels like he can make, showing you that he's a team player and not just a black hole. And he can also collapse the defense a little bit and still find his teammates that way too. And those are the simple reads you want to see. And he's going to get a steal a game. He's been known as a pesky defender basically from his high school days all the way to now. And that's something that hasn't changed. And he's also a decent transition player. He has good enough speed and quickness to get up and down the floor. I love what Dillon Brooks has been able to do throughout his career. He's been a love-hated type of player because of his personality, because of his competitiveness, because of his eagerness. But I like the fact that this guy is starting to figure out that you can be more and you can do more, and they're not afraid to allow him to do that, and they want him to thrive, and they want to see him playing the best basketball that he can. And I just feel like based off how teams been defending him and how teams have been looking at him as a player, especially on the offensive end, it was some gaps and some holes in his game. And now he's starting to put more things together. Now he's starting to figure more things out. And that has allowed him to be a player that is decent now, where you have to respect him from every level on the court. and you have to look at him as a threat on every level on the court, and that just wasn't the case throughout his career. And now it's definitely something that you have to be prepared for because he can always get his own shot to a certain extent now. Even though he's not the most efficient guy, even though he's not dominating games throughout this entire season and throughout his career, he's starting to be more of a guy that you have to be ready to game plan against because he can have a 25, 30 point night anytime at this point of his career. And he's averaging 21 points as the recording of this video, 3 rebounds and 1 assist. And he's shooting 44% from the field, which is all respectable numbers. He's also shooting 85% from the free throw line. That's a career high. You know, he's also taking the most free throw attempts in his career this year because he has more chances and more freedom with the ball in his hands, and he also has more spacing around him. That's why he doesn't mind passing it early. That's why he doesn't mind posting up. That's why he doesn't mind scoring in isolation situations because he knows he can make that pass. And if he doesn't want to do that, he knows he can take his time and get to the spot or the shot that he wants, even if that's just pulling up from three, even if that's pulling up off the dribble, even if it's a stop and pop or even a fadeaway or a drive. He knows that he can get the shot that he really wants because of the spacing, allowing him to go one-on-one. And NBA players love going one-on-one because they like to trash talk. They like to show how good they are. And that's why you see him thriving so much in this system with Phoenix is because the floor is wide open. He's surrounded with so many scorers and so many guys that can shoot that he can go out there and do what he does in practice and what he does in scrimmages and just implement it in the NBA game. And it looks so natural. It doesn't look like he's working hard. It doesn't look like he's trying hard to make a basket or get a shot. It seems like he's looking at it like this is exactly what I want to do, and I can do it the way I want to without forcing anything and without rushing anything. And I think that that's why you see him have so much success this year with his scoring. And you just have to be happy for him because the Suns knew that they can get a quality player back. They knew they was going to get a starter back or two. And now they got two guys that really has thrived in their system, and they hired a new coach and he understands what their pros and their cons is, and he's trying to work more for their strengths. And Dillon Brooks has had a lot of chances and a lot of opportunities to really show what he can do at a high level. I mean, he's taking 17 field goals per game. That's also a career high. And it's just showing you that they believe that he can do it and they believe that he can get it done. And they're putting the ball in his hands and letting him figure out how he wants to go about doing it and how he wants to go about getting it done. And that's very, very important to any player to have the belief of your teammates and have the belief of your coach. And at the end of the day, that's something that Dillon Brooks definitely has, you know, in the back of his head and in his mind. And you just have to be happy that he's going out there doing it on a nightly basis at this point, whether if another guy is out there with him or not, that's a superstar. He's showing you that he's a legitimate scorer in this league. And now he just has to work on doing it efficiently. And then he has to work on doing it consistently. And then he can possibly be an all-star for any team because you know he's going to take shots, you know he's going to make shots, you know he's going to defend. But it's just about how he's going to go about doing it and can he do it at a high level. You know, right now he's showing you that he has potential to be a one-on-one scorer. He's showing you has potential to be a more valuable player than just a 3-and-D guy. And that's basically what he was throughout his entire career. I'm going to defend, try to guard as many positions as I can, try to be as, you know, involved as a rebounder and as a defender as I can, regardless of who I'm guarding. And then if I'm open, I'm just going to take the shot. You know, he's showing you that he can do more than that. And he has put in the work to be able to get that love and that respect to be able to do it. And people are looking at it and they're speaking more highly of him. You used to be annoying. You used to be a guy that tried to get under people's skin, getting into people's head. And now he's going out there getting buckets. It's always good to do more. It's always good to add more, especially to your game. And that's what we're seeing more of from Dillon Brooks this year. And it was just fun and good to show y'all that I'm watching them. I see what you're doing. I see what you're trying to do. And I do see that you still need to be a lot more better at it, because let's be honest, it's not easy scoring in the league. It's not easy being a 20-point scorer. That's why it took him so long to get to a point where he's actually doing it now. People forget Dillon Brooks is 30 years old. So it's not like this is an overnight thing. This is something that he's been putting together, and this is something that the team and been instilling in him. We know you can do it. We see you can do it. Now go out there and do it to the best of your ability. And that's what Jordan Ott has done for him. And I think based off how he's playing now, this is going to be the Dillon Brooks we're going to see possibly the next couple years, since he's entering his prime. And some would say he's already in it. And I wouldn't argue that either. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from the guy. I'm liking his work ethic, and I'm liking how he's approaching the game. And I'm liking the fact that his defense hasn't taken a back seat, even though his offense has went up more this particular season. But I'm still a guy that's looking at it and saying he still has a little bit more things to add and a little bit more things to figure out. And he just has to continue to work on his shots. And once he does that, he has all-star potential, and he can be as good as he wants to be, just like any other player in this world, and especially in the NBA. But you just have to be prepared, and you just have to go out there and try your hardest and do your best. And that's all you can do each and every night that you go out there and perform, on the NBA courts, whether that's at home or on the road. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell to get that analysis when it first comes out. And of course, if you're new to the channel, I do conversation videos too. And I also do breakdowns of legends and other type of videos. Also, I got over 4,000 videos already on my channel that you can watch right now, and it's all for free. So if you like this video and you want to see more, I will ask you, and will be actually excited for you to see what I offer on this channel. And I hope that you do become a fan and you enjoy what you see. Other than that, y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis.